All right, a lot of people consider them the big three of the Alamo: Jim Bowie, William Travis, and Davy Crockett. But fighting alongside them during the battle were nearly 200 other men.
So now this morning, we're bringing you a story that many of us don't learn about the Battle of the Alamo. Two brothers who fought against each other. One was loyal to the Mexican army. The other joined the Alamo Defenders.
KENS 5's Alicia Nieves has more with a family torn apart by war.
Hi, thank you for coming to see this display. This is Phil Collins here.
On a wall overlooking a Battle of the Alamo diorama,
Remember the Alamo.
visitors are greeted by a few new faces.
It has only been recently that the Tejanos have been recognized.
Using 50 photos of descendants as a reference, the artist depicted what certain Alamo defenders who we've never seen may have looked like.
We knew he was important.
With the last defenders killed,
In the center is 34-year-old Gregorio Esparza.
Very proud.
Yeah, very.
Peggy Huizar Guerrero and Erlinda Huizar are his great-great-great-granddaughters.
We want everybody to know there's other heroes that need to be spoken about.
Gregorio's picture hangs in the Ralston Family Collection Center, one of the newest additions to the Alamo grounds. Born February 25, 1802 in San Antonio de Béjar, Gregorio Esparza lived a modest life as a farmer and father of four. As a Federalist, Gregorio grew allegiances with his neighbors in rebellion. His brother Francisco was a centralist who remained loyal to the Mexican government. They're the only family members experts know of who fought on opposing sides during the Texas Revolution.
And it's really sad, right?
Ernesto Rodriguez, senior curator, historian, and lecturer of the Alamo, is putting together a more complete narrative of the complicated conflict.
So people can understand that this isn't just black and white. A family is torn apart by war, and it's not only torn apart by the violence of the war, but by the whole concept of what side are you on.
December 1835, the Esparza brothers fought each other in the Battle of Béjar and survived.
And this is at the back of the complex.
3 months later, in the early hours of March 6, 1836, Gregorio was manning the cannons at the back of the Alamo.
He's still on the back wall. The screams of war reach him.
Mexican soldiers under General Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna attacked the Alamo from different directions.
Hundreds of guys with lances running in, and they're just poking at anything that moves. It's dark, it's nighttime. There's smoke everywhere from the musket fire and the cannon fire.
Gregorio's family hid inside the church sacristy, their lives spared by the Mexican army.
They see who's in there and they yell out, "Son inocentes." They are innocent.
Gregorio's son Enrique was 8 years old. Years later, he described the horrors of the violence to a San Antonio newspaper.
And they asked him, "Do you remember the battle?" He said it is indelibly seared on his mind. Of course. He heard his father's cries for help, his father's cries as he was dying. It's something you never forget.
Francisco didn't fight in the Battle of the Alamo. He was a reservist at the time. When he learned all the defenders perished, he went to his leader for a favor.
Francisco went to Santa Ana, asked for his body, and Santa Ana granted it. He was able to take Gregorio's body and bury it, give it a Christian burial.
And he's the only Alamo defender to have a Christian burial.
Because it had not been for Francisco, Gregorio would have been burned with the other Texans.
For Peggy and Erlinda, their Alamo connection carries great responsibility. It also comes with great respect.
They're even speaking about the Alamo there in D.C. That's wonderful.
Through December 5th, the Smithsonian's National Museum of the American Latino has their grandmother's shawl on display. Next, the family will donate it to the Alamo to be placed alongside their grandmother's wedding dress inside the Ralston Family Collection Center.
We make sure that you remember the Esparza family.
Alicia Nieves, KENS 5.
Great story. Check out our new special celebrating the influence of Hispanic culture in San Antonio. As streaming now on KENS 5 Plus on your Roku, Apple TV, or Fire TV. You also can find our calendar of Hispanic Heritage Month events at kens5.com.